their material to make you laugh. Sometimes it comes from writers behind the scenes who help make funny people funnier. That's exactly what Alan Zweibel has done for his career, and he's written about it in his new book, Laugh Lines. Alan joins us now live. Thank you for taking the time to talk to us.
Thanks for having me.
And it's good to see you. The last time I saw you, you were in like a utility closet.
Yeah, we were trying to figure out which computer in the house we can get the best connection on. So I went to the utility closet, yes.
Listen, I'm a huge comedy nerd. I'm an only child pop culture nut. I grew up with Saturday Night Live. The 1984 season in particular was a massive part of my teenhood. It's an honor to speak to somebody who was part of the original team on SNL, who went on to do its Gary Shandling show, the 84 season, the movie Drag. I could go on and on and on. Love Dragnet. John Belushi, Gilda Radner, Gary Shandling. You worked with a lot of legendary names. Give us some insight. How did you get to work with them?
Well, what happened was when I got out of college, I started writing jokes for comedians that worked in the Catskill Mountains. And they paid me $7 a joke, and I did that for a couple of years. Then I took all the jokes that they wouldn't buy from me because I was 22 and they were 50, and it didn't exactly mesh. And I went on stage at a club in New York City called Catch a Rising Star. I delivered the jokes they wouldn't buy from me, and eventually Lorne Michaels caught wind of my material. And he looked at 1,100 jokes I gave to him. And that was my audition for this new show called Saturday Night Live that was going to premiere that fall in 1975.
You mentioned a new show. Well, there was The New Show in 1984, which you were part of, and I watched that religiously. Billy Crystal played Fernando in Fernando's Hideaway. He had a hit record, You Look Marvelous. I Own That on 45. Tell us about Billy Crystal. He wrote the foreword for your book, and you know, he's a good friend.
Well, Billy Crystal and I have this wonderful friendship. We met the first week I was hanging out at those clubs. He was just starting out. And then we became really good friends. Our wives became friends. And he's Uncle Billy to the kids. And we never worked with each other. And then in the the early 2000s, he asked me if I would co-write a Broadway show for him, which I did, called 700 Sundays, about him and his family. It won a Tony Award. And then we just completed another project together called Here Today, which is a feature film that we co-wrote. He directed and stars in with Tiffany Haddish. And we should find out this week when it's going to be released. You know, we were hoping that theaters would open up because it will make you laugh and cry, and it should be seen by a big group of people experiencing the same emotions. But who knows? Maybe we'll go to Netflix, one of the streaming services. But that was the latest thing we worked on together, and he's my buddy.
Please tell him that Mr. Saturday Night was probably my favorite movie of 1992.
I will certainly tell him that, yes.
Hey, as a writer for SNL, did you conceive of any particular character or skit that people would immediately recognize if you were to say it right now?
Well, yeah, I mean, Rosanna was a character that I co-created with Gilda for her, and that was very popular. And although I didn't create the samurai character, because that's something that Belushi came to the show, it was his character that he auditioned for the show with, I ended up writing about 9 or 10 of those.
So fast forward, Dragnet, 1987, Tom Hanks, Dan Aykroyd. Gene Siskel says that Aykroyd should have got a Best Actor nomination. Who takes credit, you, Dan Aykroyd, or Tom, the director, for conceiving the whole running joke of the Virgin Connie Swale and how that resolves at the end?
That's all Aykroyd. You know, I created a show called It's Gary Shandling Show, and I was doing it at the time. Danny had written 3 or 4 drafts. He felt he needed a co-writer to help him bring the script home. So he asked me. So I did about 3 or 4 drafts with him, but the Virgin Connie Swale was in it when he sent me his latest draft, It stayed in through the drafts we did together. And when I went back to produce the Shandling show for the next season, the Virgin Connie Swale succeeded me and stayed there when Tom Mankiewicz came along to direct it. So that's all Danny.
That's such a great movie. Hey, I have to mention Curb Your Enthusiasm. If you're ever in town, I definitely want to have lunch with you, even though we don't lunch when I'm not in town or you're not in town.
Well, even though neither of us lunch, let's have lunch. I would love it.
Real quick, tell us where people can get the book and what they're going to learn from it. Do you have to be an aspiring jokester or a humor writer in order to enjoy it, or it just...
Oh, no, not by any means. It's a book that takes you through my career, which is 45 years of comedy, starting writing jokes for those Catskill guys, through SNL, through It's Garry Shandling Show, my Broadway things. What it is, it's the journey. And I serve as a travel guide through all these different eras in comedy that I was lucky enough to be a part of, and a lot of it was groundbreaking. A lot of it is nostalgic, and hopefully will make you laugh and make you feel a little sad too in places when I talk about Gilda and when I talk about my buddy Garry Shandling.
Yep.
And as far as where to buy the book is concerned, local bookstores, you can get it on Amazon.com. If you go to my website, alanzweibel.com, that has a link there, but I think that link takes you to Amazon.com. So go straight to, you can avoid the middleman and go right there.
All right, Alan, it has been an honor and a pleasure. You made my day laughing at some of my questions. That's an honor.
So, oh, no, it was really great, and I'm dying to find out the Dalai Lama question.
So am I. Thanks for being with us. Good to talk to you.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Todd.